Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to our sports show. I'm your host, Robert. Just got off Fight TV with GCW, The Art of War Games 2. What a show. Happened last night. I got tired and fell asleep and got up this morning and finished it. So we're going to review this. I'm going to pull an AEW here. I'm going to start with the main event. We had Game Changer Tag Team titles in a 5-way War Games match. So picture War Games like NXT, WWE, WCW back in the day with weapons. Yeah. We had 5 teams. We had the Briscoes, who was GCW Tag Team Champions, going up against the Second Gear Crew, which is Mance Warner and Matthew Justice, going up against BUSSY, Effy, and Allie Katch, going against Los Mazisos, which is Ciclope, and can't think of the other guy's name. It's some weird Mexican name. We'll just say Ciclope's team. And then we had the new created team of the Mega Bastards, Alex Colon and John Wayne Murdoch. Yeah, the Mega Bastards. They actually have merch at the arena. I saw it. So yeah, definitely these 5 teams in a War Games match with weapons in a death match. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. So since it was War Games, they had the eliminations. So we started with 2 teams. The first 2 teams were Second Gear Crew and the Briscoes. And then every 5 minutes, another team came in, followed by the Bussy, Los Mazisos, and then the Mega Bastards was the last team in. Multiple huge spots. There was scaffolding set up on the outside of the ring, right on the outside of the ring, so you knew people were going to climb there, especially Matthew Justice. He's the king of finding nooks and crannies to jump off of. Jay Briscoe was actually the first one up there. He did a dive down onto Matthew Justice. And then we had Matthew Justice go up there with there's so much that went on there. Yeah, so we had Matthew Justice going up there with John Wayne Murdoch, and then they fought off of it. Then you had different people at different points in time going up there, and then there was I think everyone ended up there at one point in time. Then we had Bussy and Mega Bastards, all 3 of them going up on the side. So they climbed up, and then it's like they climbed over, and so they were outside the ring. And Bussy or Allie Katch went to do a looked like a wrestling leg sweep kind of deal on both the Mega Bastards off the side of this scaffolding down to a table set or chairs, a door with barbed wire on it, and they all just landed on it. Yeah, that was just one of the 6 spots, just the light tubes. You know, when the Mega Bastards came out, they walked through the curtain, then they went, walked back, came back with 2 bottles of light tubes. It's like, okay. I love how GCW, when they have matches like this, they don't do tables like, WWE or AEW. They do doors. They use metal chairs and doors and light tubes. And there was a pane of glass. I didn't see it get broken, but I did see it was broken later. But yeah, this was just insane chaos. I mean, I've seen on social where Alex Colon had a video of going to the hospital. He was like, "This is how you celebrate winning your tag title." Everybody was bloody as blood could get. First team eliminated were the Second Gear Crew by the Mega Bastards. And then Briscoes eliminated Bussy. Los Mazisos eliminated the Briscoes, so we were guaranteed at that point a new tag team champion. So the final 2 were the Mega Bastards and Los Mazisos. Ciclope went onto the scaffolding with 2 light tubes. Did a freaking dive off the scaffolding with 2 light tubes holding against his chest and landed on Alex Colon, and Colon kicked out at 1. He is the deathmatch king. But yeah, so this match was just uber craziness. Right after that part happened, John Wayne did a move off the top rope onto the other member of Los Mazisos and did a kind of a flip onto a stack of tubes, and then that's when John Murdoch was able to get the pin. So after all that carnage we had, I give it 4.5. I give last year's Art of War Games match 4.5 as well. But yeah, just uber craziness, just all the weapons and the tubes and the blood and everything. When it comes to death matches, very few times will you find me getting over 4.5 is kind of the ceiling of it. I don't think those need to be in that 4 and 3 and 5 range because they're a niche item. You're not going to see a death match in WWE. You're not going to see a true death match in AEW. We've seen one on TNT with Cardona or Jericho and Nick Gage, but it was a toned down TV version of a death match. But death matches like this, you're not seeing these everywhere. John Wayne Murdoch, he is everywhere doing death match. All the death match scene, kind of king. So is Alex Colon. But yeah, Mega Bastard, your new GCW Tag Team Champions. All right, the first match we had on the card, we had a 2-ring ladder war for the DTT Extreme Championship. We had Joey Janela, Mike Bailey, Shane Mercer, Dante Leone, Cole Radrick, Drago Kid, Tony Deppen, and Gringo Loco. Yeah, Joey Janela, I guess he did a tour over in Japan and won the DDT Extreme Championship. My only issue with this match was, yes, it was a ladder match, but the belt wasn't hung up, so you didn't climb the belt like a normal, like a WWE ladder match. You literally just used the ladders to take out your opponents, and then you pin to get the victory. It was a great match. I mean, a lot of these Lucha Libre guys just doing spot. It's literally what it was. It's just, let's see who can jump off the ladder the most. You know, Mike Bailey did a bunch of those. Steve Mercer, we had doors involved. So it was kind of what WWE would classify as a TLC match because we had doors and chairs we set up as tables, and there you go. Yeah, it was a redneck version of a TLC match. But it was a great match, though. I ended up giving it 3 3/4. So I was right there about 4. With Joey Janela retaining his DDT Extreme Championship, pinning Cole Radrick on that. And then we had a match that I was definitely looking forward to, Blake Christian versus Alex Shelley. You had the past and the future of the High Flyers, the X Division so-called guys. The cool thing about Alex Shelley is you can see him on Impact Wrestling. Here he is on Game Changer Wrestling. Tonight he'll be on All Out. So it's like, dude's going everywhere. I love it. And that's one of the things about AEW that I'm really liking now is you've got guys going different places. You know, you've got your AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley as Game Changer Wrestling Champion. You've got Alex Shelley on the Game Changer card. You've got Briscoes, part of Ring of Honor, on this card. You've got Aussie Open, who just came off of AEW. You've got Nick Wayne, who is a 17-year-old kid who is signed to a developmental deal with AEW when he turns 18. So he's GCW for a year, and then he'll go for last year and this year, and then he'll go there. You know, Blake Christian, who we just saw on Rampage against Ray Phoenix, he's here. But yeah, Blake Christian, Alex Shelley, great match. I love both these guys. Blake Christian ended up getting the victory, which I was really happy with. I'm glad he got a little push over Alex Shelley. I think of it 3 3/4. Again, right around 4 on both of these. I may rewatch them and change it to 4, but just a standard, just really go match. Next up, we had a match that was, besides the Art of War Games match, this was a match that I saw announced that I was all in for. Jordan Oliver, Nick Wayne teaming up against part of Aussie Open and the United Empire. That was a horrible hand sign, I know, right? But yeah, representing the Will Ospreay United Empire, we had Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. One of my favorite tag teams for the last 3 years I've watched that no one knows about. Now we know a little bit about them because of AEW, but yeah, you talk to the average wrestling fan. Will Ospreay and Aussie Open, yeah, I saw them on AEW. That's it? Oh, okay. So it's like you gotta, put over how freaking phenomenal these guys are. But yeah, you had the power of Mark Davis. You had the power of Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher can also do the aerial stuff, but you had Jordan Oliver, Nick Wayne, that next generation of X Division guys, kind of high flyers. And this match was, again, just like the other 2 matches, great match. I loved it. You basically did everything I thought it would do. Aussie Open get the victory. Again, 3 3/4, 4. All 3 of these matches could easily be 4 stars. I'm fine with that. I may just go to do 4 stars with them. Next up, we had Matt Cardona come out with his hot mess of a wife, Chelsea Green, saying how he's cleared. that he's calling out the deathmatch champion, or the greatest deathmatch wrestler there is, the face of GCW, that he wants this. He's going to put this wrestling showcase title he won. The show is on Fight TV. I'll wait till it comes on Fight Plus. And he won it. He's putting his whatever TV title thing that he created himself on the line. And Jimmy Lloyd, he calls out Jimmy Lloyd. Jimmy Lloyd comes out, and Cardona was like, I'll even go as far as saying, if you beat me, I will never wrestle in GCW again. I'm like, this is not going to happen, right? Nope, it didn't. It was just kind of a squad. I mean, it was a stupid match. Matt Cardona get the victory. I give 1.5. So we're not rid of Matt Cardona in Game Changer yet. Hopefully soon, but not yet. And then the sub-main match was Sawyer Rec versus Charli Evans. Two uber talented wrestlers who go out there and put on a death match without being a death match, and just be legit doing it. I mean, they are female competitors, but they're just uber talented. Sawyer Rec ended up getting the victory over Charli Evans, which I was kind of shocked with. Charli Evans, she had a death match against Alex Clone a couple shows ago that was just phenomenal. I give this 3.5. But yeah, overall, this card was awesome. If you're into that kind of hardcore stuff, definitely check this show out. This is the, I actually looked up, this is the 21st review of a Game Changer show I've done in the last 2 years. Definitely across the top, you'll see the link for the other videos. You'll see the best of Game Changer 2020 and 2021. I'll put those there as well. Those are two videos that I did a couple years ago. So it's like I forgot I did the best of 2020. So this is the fourth. I found Game Changer in 2018. I got really a loyal watcher in 2019, and so here we're in 2022. I'm still watching it, still loving it. I think it's some of the greatest wrestling out there. I would say GCW right now is probably number 4 company in pro wrestling, at least in America. I mean, number 5, you want to count New Japan, but you got WWE, New Japan, they're 1, 2. Then you've got AEW in my mind, and you got Impact and Game Changer. That's why I can't wait for the first of the year, January. I'm going to do Showcase of the Independents, and my plan is each day is I'm going to profile the best of 2022 for a different independent company. So 31 different independent companies. I'm going to add AEW in that. I know it's not an independent company, but their talent. To me, independent wrestling means your talent, just like back in the territory days, your talent goes from company to company to company. So like Alex Shelley, you'll see him on Impact Wrestling. You'll see him on Game Changer, West Coast Pro, Prestige, AEW, Game Changer. He's like everywhere, you know. And Blake Christian's starting to do the same thing. So it's like, that to me is independent wrestling right there, kind of territory days. You never know who's going to show up, you know. I might go to IWTV and pull up a West Coast Wrestling and go like, whoa, this person's here. Or pull up this company and go, whoa, this person, well, I got to watch it because they're there, you know. But that is the review of GCW, The Art of War Games 2. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.